Updating my Digikeijs DR5000 to be a YaMoRC 7001 Command Station? How hard can that be? As many of you know, I spent ages looking into the best DCC controller for my needs. I found the NCE was outdated and had no Wi-Fi capability at the time. The Z21 and the ECOS were very good, but also slightly expensive. And I did like the Digitrax system, but the control system that I kept coming back to was the Digikeijs DR5000. Quick history now. A gentleman called Strength has been designing hardware for many years for controlling DCC operated layouts. Keeping it short, Cast's designs were produced under license by Digirails, and that was later then Digikeijs. In late 2019, that cooperation with Digikeijs came to an end, and in mid 2020 Cast started designing a completely new portfolio with the brand YaMoRC for controlling DCC operated layouts. As part of the YaMoRC new portfolio, we now have the YaMoRC YD7001, which is an aftermarket firmware upgrade to replace the Digikeijs DR5000 outdated Wi-Fi LAN module. But with this YD7001 module also comes a firmware and software upgrade, and this resolves a lot of the DR5000 bugs and it adds a lot of new functionality. So let's see what's involved in updating my DR5000 to a YD7001 Command Station. But before I start, here's the small print.
Note, applying this upgrade voids your Digikeijs warranty on the product. YaMoRC cannot take over the warranty on the DR5000 part for legal reasons. On the YD9001, however, YaMoRC guarantees its normal warranty.
So the first thing you need to do is to order the YaMoRC YD9001 module. And in my particular case, being that I'm in the UK, I got mine through DCC Train Automation via James. Obviously, depending on which country you live in, you will be a supplier for your country. Second thing to do is to download the PDF instructions on how to install it and update the software. And I must point out, please do read these instructions. It is important to follow these instructions. So the first job I did was to actually remove the old sticky label off the DR5000. Then with a screwdriver, undo the two Phillips screws and remove the screws from the cover. I can remove the cover. So here's the current Wi-Fi module, and to remove it, just gently pull it out. And there it is. Let's remove the old module. So here's the new Wi-Fi module. You just get it out of the bag. Carefully remove it from its sponge base. And then I just offer up the legs to the base and I sight at one end and just get it started, and then I can check around to make sure all the legs are correctly in the base, and once they are, just a gentle firm push to push it into its location. And that's it. That is the module installed, and that black piece at the front needs to face downwards. With that done, we can now reassemble the unit, putting the cover back on. And there we are, that's our old DI5000 with the moon module installed. So now let's look at installing the software. But firstly, do not connect this new YD7001 or your old DI5000 to the PC yet. But go and download the software from the YaMoRC website, and there's the link for it just there. So looking at the YaMoRC website, and there's that link in the top there, if you go down to service, and you can see the various links, and the one we want is actually the software. So click on that and you can see it downloads it for you there. So once you've successfully downloaded the software, it is important to extract and download the file and save it to your hard drive. Then start the installation with a double click on the setup or the setup.exe, and then what you'll be presented with is this little box here ready to go. So you simply need to click now next, and then next again, and then install, and away she goes, and it starts to install all the software. You'll be asked to install some drivers, and you click yes and yes. And then finish to complete the. Starting up the new software couldn't be much more simplistic. First of all, plug in the power supply and the USB to your DI5000 or your YD7001, and then go to your desktop and then click on the YD7001 configuration icon. So you can see I'm going to click on the software, and then the YD7001 Command Station software appears, and then it's asking you now to install the activation screen. So here you have to now go in and request an activation key. Once you've clicked on that activation key link, it takes you to the website where you have to just fill in your name, put in your email address. It gives you the serial number of your existing product, and it's then where you can actually request also the sticker for your new YD7001, and then you simply now add your address, then click on the submit key to send those details. Then simply check your emails and you'll receive the codes within the 2 hours or 24 hours, or depending on when it is you've actually sent that in, but also check your spam folder. Once you receive your 25-character activation key, enter the key into your appropriate slots and click submit. Now in that software, click on the USB button and you'll see the versions. So now choose the YD7001 option, okay, and then click on the update button. And then click yes. With that update in place, you now have a YD7001. Another box appears now to enter the new code, and the code is entered and you submit, and it should then start to upload some more software. Mine didn't, so I then eventually clicked the update again just to run that update, and sure enough, as soon as I clicked on the update, it then ran through with no problems whatsoever. So here I go, clicking yes again. So a small glitch, but again, not a problem at all. So with that update now installed, we now have the YaMoRC YD7001, and that's what it's now going to be known as from here on. So let's look at some of the functions, and we can just click and you'll see now we've got new symbols, new graphics, especially on the test drive. We've got extra functions. You can see all the extra new, and again even the points. These are all individually now selectable to what you want to do. So this is the Wi-Fi module, which will be updating next. And then we've got the LAN settings, which will update soon after. So all the software's good. So let's crack on with the next phase. So let's update the Wi-Fi module. So we open up click on the Wi-Fi, and then we've got two sides. We've got basic and expert. And what I've done is I've just clicked on the home buttons there to update, and then I click on update and then yes, and that will start the update process. And there we go, so they're starting to update. Now this can take up to a couple of minutes for it to go through, so we won't bore you to details with watching the green bar slowly going up. So when that's actually complete, again I just go back through and click on the home buttons to update those little bits, and then click on the old green button to update. That's all updated now. Then click on the red cross, and that's the Wi-Fi module updated. So let's now update the LAN settings. So what I've done is to actually put the LAN cable into the back of the YD701, click onto the LAN connections, and I just check that I do have the IP address in there, and I also check to make sure that the correct protocols are installed. Then I go into expert mode, click on the factory or home little symbol there to update that, and then click on the tick. And that's that updated as well. So there we go. Congratulations on the upgrade. So let's now discover what the YD7001 has to now offer. So I'm going to go away and read the new YD7001 manual before reintegrating it into my command station. Now please don't just take my word for this. Go and watch the actual YouTube video that YaMoRC has put together, and the link is there, and that shows you also how to do this upgrade. So thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel, and please leave any comments below and let me know what you would like to see covered. Bye for now.